up to 10 to the power of minus 4 are acceptable. That means even this many number of decimal places are acceptable even if we get it. 10 to the power of minus 4 is nothing but after the 0, 3 to 4 decimal places will be coming. So example they are giving, try to follow me carefully. So whatever they are giving in the description, they are giving in the form of example for you. So if you did not get this properly, you try to understand the example here. So ARR, they are giving some values here, 1, 1, 0, -1 and -1. What is this says here? You are supposed to find the ratio of the positive, negative and 0 elements. 1, 1, 0, -1, -1. So total elements are 5. There are 5 elements are there. 2 are positive, 2 are negative, and 1 0 is there. Their ratio is what? 2 by 5. 2 positive elements by 5. And next is called what? This is 2 by 5 means this is an answer you are getting. 2 negative elements, 2 by 5. This is an answer you are getting. 1 0, 1 by 5. This is the result to be printed. So it should be print as like this. This is for positive result. This is for negative result. This is for 0 ratio results. I think this problem statement with an example, it is clear. Online students respond. Is it clear? Is this example is clear here? How to write the code? That is the main important thing here. Now students, now we are going to enter into the further. My dear students, I am going to explain here how to find the number of positive values, how to find the number of negative values. That is the main important thing here. So function, you need to do this with a function. Even in last class examples also, through functions only we discussed it. So the main focus is on functions related problems we are going to discuss here. Function description. Complete plus minus fraction with the following parameters. What it is taking? It is taking an integer array with n number of values. That means this is an array with n number of values. Fine. Now I will write the code for this. How to write plus minus code? I will write it. Int ARR of n is an integer array. It is a parameter to be taken as a plus minus. Print. So print the ratio of positive, negative, 0 values in the array. Each value should be printed as a in a separate line with the 6 digits after the decimal. The function should not return a value. Should not return a value. So now I'm going to say it should not return a value. It has to return simply 6 digits with the decimal places. What is an input format? First line contains an integer. It will read the size of array. Second line reads with a number of values. So I am going to constraints they are giving. Number of values will be within the 100 and array of values should be with what? -100 to +100 it is allowed. So in the middle of it, you can take any number of values. They should be constraints are giving. Understanding constraints also important, students. STDIN input 6. 6 means 6 input values. And these are my input values here. And array size is n. So here, this is my array values. Array size is 6. How many positive values are coming here? Positive values. Negative values are here. Negative values. That is called 2 negative values are coming. 2 negative values. That is 2 by what you are writing here. 2 by 6. This is called a negative ratio. And a positive ratio is how much here? 3, 4, 1. That is called a positive ratio is called what? 3 by 6. And a negative ratio is available. That is called 0. That is called 1 by 6. So 2 by 6 and then 3 by 6. It is like this. 3 by 6 is nothing but what 0.5. This is a 6 decimal places you need to print. This is an output to be printed. That is the first one you are supposed to return. And next this is called 2 by 6. That is nothing but 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is going to be called what 3, 3, 3, 3. How many times you need to give? 6 decimal places you need to give. This is 1 by 6. You are supposed to enter into the values. 1 by 6 is going to be enter into 0.1 66667. This is an output it is given here. And these are the values you need to return. These are the values you need to return. This is the function we need to write it. Here, they are giving explanation also. Once you did not understand this description like this, you better to go for the first level example. Still, if you did not get it, another example also they will give. Even when you write in the industry tomorrow, any system test is given, they will give this explanation. What they are expecting, they will give you. So that I need to write the code here. So number of values. So this code, you are supposed to write only plus minus function. How to write the plus minus function? I'm going to write it. Enter into this place now. Now I'm writing the code here. Already they are accepting it. They are accepting this value, my dear students. This is the value they accepted. Now you are supposed to enter. Plus minus is a function. Now I'm going to print it. How do you print it? Now I'm going to write it. You need to display there only. So it is not returning any value here. See that left side of plus minus, nothing is there. Nothing is there. So no left side variable. That means I will print the result inside the function itself. Let me write the code. So where is my array is available? In this place it is available. So take our example once. This array you take it. This is my input here. Number of elements are 6. So here I'm going to take it. For your better understanding, this is my input data. So how do you write it? Number of positives is equal to 0. I'm taking one counter variable, number of positives is equal to 0. Next, number of negatives is equal to 0. Next, number of zeros is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. This, instead of writing 3 lines, making it lengthy, I can write it in single line itself. Number of positives, number of negatives, number of zeros is equal to 0, 0, 0. I am writing it. 0, 0, 0. I am writing it. This is called multi-line assignment. We can call multi-line assignment. That part we already learned in the regular Python classes. We used to learn in the regular Python classes. Now let us start understanding about next part of it. How do you know it is a positive number or negative number? Now I'm going to find out. So I'll take a for loop. Get each value from this loop. So how do I get it? For value in ARR, for value in ARR, I will try to write it. I will try to write it. For value in ARR, there I am trying to write if value greater than 0, value greater than 0, that part I am going to write it. If that is the case, I am going to say value is greater than 0 means it is a positive. It is a positive. So which one I need to increment? Which one I need to increment? Can you share with me? Come on. NP is equal to NP plus 1. Number of positives plus 1. In this case, minus 4. First value minus 4. Minus 4 greater than 0, which is a false. It is coming to this place. L if I am writing. L if. Value less than 0. Value less than 0. That means negative value it is. It is a negative value. So how do you write it? NZ is equal to NZ plus 1. NZ plus 1. NP plus 1. NZ plus 1. I wrote it. This is in the case of positive increment it. In the case of negative, you increment it. L if I am writing value double equal to 0. Value double equal to 0. I will write it. This is negative number, student, not like this. NN negative number plus 1. NN plus 1. Yes, correct, my dear students. Here, NZ is equal to NZ plus 1. So in this case, if you trace out this logic, if you trace it out, you try to take out. These values are zeros here totally. First value is called minus 4. Minus 4 greater than 0, false. Minus 4 less than 0, true. NN plus 1, that is NN is negative number plus 1 is called 1 now. Go to the loop. It won't go to the next L if. What is the next value? 3. 3. 3 greater than 0, true. NP is equal to NP plus 1. NP also 1. NN was 1. NP also 1. Go to the loop. -9 greater than 0, true. -9 is coming. -9 greater than 0, false. Coming to -9 less than 0, it is true. Nn is equal to Nn plus 1. 1 plus 1 is called 2. Nn is 2. Np was 1. Go to back. 0 is coming. 0 value from this array. 0 greater than 0, false. 0 greater less than 0, false. 0 double equal to 0, true. Nz is equal to Nz plus 1. 0 plus 1. Now it is called Nz is 1, Nn is 2, Np is 1. Next is called 4. 4 is coming. 4 greater than 0, true. Np plus 1. It was earlier 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Nn was 2. Np is 2. Nz is 1. 1 is coming now. 1 greater than 0, true. 1 is coming from that. N greater than 0. There is 1 greater than 0, true. Np plus 1, it is called 3. No more values in the pipe, no more values here. It is going to give you what? The total result is going to come in this place. Here I am going to get it out of the for loop. You know, Np value is 3, Nn values are 2, Nz value is 1. That I want to go for displaying the result. I need to go for it. In the for loop, I will write else part. Now I am going to calculate the ratio. What is the ratio I am going to take up? Now I want to print it. So what is the printing style? Print of. I am going to print percentage of. To print 6 decimal places. Actually, to print the ratio means I can say something like what like this I can write it. What is this now? NP by, I will write it. NP, number of positives, by LN of ARR, I can write it. LN of ARR. This will not give you complete values. Your test case becomes fail. Next, print of what? NN by what? LN of, I will write ARR. ARR. Next, I will write it. One more thing. Print of NZ, number of zeros by what? LN of ARR. Now try to run this code. When I run this code, you will be getting problem. Where is the problem? NP, for example, 3. 3 by 6, only 0.5. But 6 decimals want. They are testing your efficiency in displaying the number of decimal places. Run this code. Now it is asking, run this code. It is going to be test cases like this. Now try to run this once again. Submit this code. It is going to give you like this. Try to follow carefully. Now see that it is successfully it is going to be given. So congratulations, it is getting. So it is giving by default. These values are printing here 6 decimal places. But according to the picture of this, if we go to the Python environment, what is happening there? You go to the 3 by 6, it is going to give you 0.5 only. 3.5 only. It is taking 2 by 6. It is going to be taking like this, more than that. It is taking 1 by 6. It is taking something like that. But we need to take only 5 decimal places. How to print generally? Percentage 0.6, 0.5 or 0.6 depends on your number of decimal places. F, I need to write percent of, I can write it 3 by 6. 3 by 6. It will come. How much it is going to come? Percent of 3 by 6. What is this value? F I need to write, sorry. F I need to write. Percent of F I need to write. So it is going to come like that. Similarly, I need to write it. Similarly, I need to write 1 by 6 also. Similarly, I need to write 1 by 6 also. You will be getting like this. This is a way to write it actually. Even in this case also. Nothing wrong in that. You got it. You got this point here. And this value is available here if we want. Sometimes the test cases may be fail, but it is passed everything. But a 6 according to the problem statement, you need to have 6 decimal places. 6 decimal places must be there, students. So better to write always the output code like this. Online students, you try to mention try to write this code, try to write this code. So here I'm writing percent of, here I'm writing of like this. You try to take it, percent of, you can write it, percent of, you can write it like this. So similarly, here also, I will write percent of 0.6 F and percent of, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write it. So here I'm writing percent of double quotes. So here percent of 0.6 F. So here percent of like this I'm writing it. So students, so here I'm going to mention this kind of thing. So here percent of this entire thing you need to take it. Students, take care about this entire things and submit this entire thing. And even if you run that, you'll be getting it. And you can submit this code, you'll be getting perfect answers. Different test cases are testing. Once it is done successfully, all the values will be coming now. So I hope that you are much clear about it. So Siraj, sir, what does percentage means enclosed in? Percentage indicates it is one format specifiers representation. It is one of the format specifier representation. In my regular classes, we used to talk about in these classes like this. So when you come back to this display data time, when you go to these places, percentage meaning will be coming. Here, printing the data with the format specifiers. So this format specifiers time, by default, it will print a percentage D, percentage of values will be going for using to display the data. And in the regular classes of Python, we used to discuss about percent operations, what the symbolic notation percentage will do. In the regular sessions, we used to discuss it. So students, I hope, Siraj, I think that is our regular Python classes, my dear student. If you are already belongs to my, if you are already belongs to our class, you will come to know how much important that concept is. Okay. Online students, can you respond? This code, you need to remember it. And I hope that this code you might be noted down in your notebook. In your notebook. Fine. Next student, I want to enter into the another kind of concept. Another kind of concept I want to go for it. Fine. So let me go to the next example. These values you can do in another way also, students. And you can enter your own number of values. You can enter your own number of values. So something like if you want to see, there's still more, what do you call? To enter your own number of values. Like a regular Python, if you want, I can show you one small thing here. Yeah, I'm showing that only. Regular Python program, how it is going to be, I just want to show you now. So reading multiple values, close this project, yesterday's class, this point I want to show. So I will go to this place, test2. Just for a minute, you watch it, test2.py. There I am trying to write this function as usual. This function as usual, I am printing it. In the main program, I want to take up. What the main program deals with? I want to read the number of values. I want to read the number of values. How do you read the number of values here? I'm going to take it. Look at students. Here I'm going to take it. If you know list comprehension concept, that part list comprehension concept, if you know, you can understand my code here. Print of, enter number of numerical values separated by space, separated by space, separated by space. So this is the space I'm using it. There I'm going to enter. This is a list comprehension I'm using, students. Now I'm writing AR LST is equal to list data is equal to int of value for value in input of dot what? Split off. Dot split off. These are the values. Enter number of numerical values separated by space. Int of value for value in this. Splitting the data separated here and list is coming. That list I will post to whom? I will post it to the plus minus value here. So I will write it plus minus. Plus minus I will post it. Here I am writing it. Here I am saying that plus minus of LST. Plus minus of LST. Right? This is called function call. Function call. This is the data I'm writing, students. So this data, I'm going to use it. So how do you pass it now? All these values are coming into LST. Print of that LST is going to be here. Same logic we are going to get it. Try to run same output which are going to get it. So enter number of values. If you take it, this example, what we entered it, like 4, 4, like that if I try to enter, -4, 3, -9, 0, 0, 4, and 1. This is data what I entered. So you are getting it positive ratio sum, negative ratio sum, and then 0 ratio sum is coming. If you want to print that output also like that, you can get it. Positive ratio sum is equal to, and negative ratio sum is equal to negative ratio sum is equal to, now next 0 ratio sum is equal to, now I am writing 0 ratio sum is equal to, like this. Try to enter not only that values, you can take other values. 10, -20, 30, -40, 50, -60, 0, some 2, 12, -6, 0 again. So you are going to get it positive ratio sum, negative ratio sum, like this you are getting it. This is the subject of how to get the data. I hope it is more clear, I think so. Dear students, this is one important aspect here. So students, now I'm going to take up, this is the data, how to get these values. One more way is there to do the same logic. What is the another way? For you to tell you, one more way I'm telling. And one problem can be solved in how many ways? Now I'm going to write it test3.py. Test3.py. In this case, same logic I will use it, ma. Concept is same, but the way which I'm going to supply the inputs are going to be different. This is the main program I wrote it. This is the main program I wrote it. So here I'm going to carry this same code like this. Enter the number of values separated by, you are getting it. So that values we are getting in the form of string. That value you are getting in the form of string. So getting separated by comma you want to take it is all depends on you how you can take it. So those values you can get it by using input of, you will be getting that. So something like s is equal to, you are passing the values. That values you are converting into which type? str type you are going to convert it. str type you are going to convert it. Enter number of numerical values separated by space. As we mentioned it previously, list comprehension we used it. We can also use what comprehension here? Map comprehension you can use it. Map comprehension you can use it. There I am going to write it. Map of, you can use map. Already you know special functions in Python. There are some number of special functions in Python. Enter number of numerical values. Enter numerical values separated by space or comma or whatever it is. So I will say better to say comma. I will say comma. One more model I want to tell. Comma. So that values I am going to get it. That values I am going to get it. In this case, how do you get it? Input of dot what? Split off, I am going to write it in this place, or just directly I can write input of. That values you are going to get it. Directly you can write it, split off you are writing it, which is containing LST. Take care students, all of you. Print off LST you say first, how the values are coming. Important logic. 10 comma 20 comma 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma minus 60 minus 70 and then 0 minus 12. This is the data what we got it. All the values we got it in the form of like this. Directly we got it like this. And that too, we should write comma here, comma, because I am entering comma here. Try to run this code as it is and see this result now. Run this code. Now I am going to say values like this. So you are going to get these values like this. I hope it is more clear for you. This data, I am going to pass it to the, follow me carefully. Now I am going to write it. This data is which type? List contains totally string type is available, totally string type. So I'm going to enter into something like this. Be careful, ma. Int list is equal to, I'm going to take it, list of, the map function I am applying, map of, int of, int of LST, int of LST. Each value of LST submitted to the function called int of. What is this int says? What is the significance of map? You see, of course, this is a little Python classes concept, ma, because I am trying to say multiple rules of functions, multiple ways to do one coding. So there is a map function is there. What is this map function says? Map of function name comma iterable object. This function name, you can pass it either a programmer defined function or a predefined function. Which one I am passing there? Int of I am passing, int of I am passing. So when you go to that int of, here I am going to have it. What is int of? Generally people will think int is a data type, but int is actually what? Int is actually called what? It is a function name. Which function name? Typecasting function name it is called. Typecasting. When you come to the typecasting, there is a function name called int of. Int of, you need to take it. This data you are passing it. Now coming to the place here, I am writing int of. Each map function, each value of LST is passing to int, which is getting converted into what? List type. Because map function returns an object of map. Now I am getting into int list. So print here, int list I am writing it, int list I am writing it. Go to the place here, enter the data, enter the data. Now I'm getting perfectly what list? Int list I'm getting it. Earlier I got it what? Once again I'm printing for your satisfaction. LST data containing string data. Now I'm going to paste it. Here I'm going to write it. This is called string data. This is called integer data. I hope you are following me, my description very clearly. So now I'm going to enter into int list here. Now, students, my dear students, now I'm going to trying to reduce this code. How to reduce this code? In place of LST, I'm trying to write this code. Be careful, my dear students. I will cut it and I will write this LST. I will cut it and I will write this LST. Once this LST is gone like this. Now this LST, I'm printing it. Try to run it once again. I'm trying to say 10, comma, minus 20, comma, 30, comma, minus 40, comma. Now I will say 45 and 0 and minus 56. This is my data as it is. Now students, this data, I got this part. This data, I will pass to whom? Plus minus, plus minus. So this value, I will send it to the plus minus function. So I'm writing here plus minus function. But like this, you need to start thinking about step by step. Like this, we can go for improving your talent. Go to this now, run this now, enter the data like what we entered 10, comma, minus 20, comma, 30, comma, minus 40, comma, 0, comma, 23, minus 45 like that. We are getting positive ratio and a negative ratio and a 0 ratio is coming. My dear students, I hope you people are understanding. Still, if you are a very good student, I will take it directly this data. Directly this data, I will send it. Here I am going to write it, put it across. Now I am writing here. See students, are you able to follow me? I got 3-4 lines. I reduced it into single line. My dear students, try to go for it. Now start running this code. Now I will go for it. Now you are getting the output like this. So students, this is the data you need to take it. I hope you people are following me. Last and final, you try to run with these values. So also getting the earlier answer like this. So students, you are understanding. Still, if you are interested, you are having this statement now, that also you can remove it. Simply, you can write this entire data. This line is there. You can write in this place also. Inside of this, I can write it. This is the single line of code I am writing it. Single line of code you are writing it. Try to run this output. Try to run this once again. See that you are getting enter number of values. So you are saying like that, you are getting the same output. Online students, see from where to where I converted these lines of code from smaller lines to bigger lines you are getting into. So big lines I'm converting into single line. This is what a coding person required. Once we know coding well, you can do everything, student. So in the real time, one should have this type of thinking power. So I hope that this is the useful thinking for you people. So shall I move to the further students? Now, the same example, this is the one you are writing like this. You can also write it. You can also write it. What you are doing is number of examples you are writing it. The same example, this is a code I written it. Online students, are you following me? Only Siraj is responding. Kumraya is responding. Faraj responding. Rahul. Others are not responding. So they need to speak about this carefully, students. And the same logic, how you can go for it, how you can go for this kind of thing. In another way, is there any other way to implement this concept? So this is what I said to you. Similarly, if you go for this kind of thing, I will tell you this. Because the coding workshop means if one problem is given, how many ways are there? How many ways and means are there to implement it? That is our basic conclusion. So here I will take up one more small solution want to tell you. Look at that. This is called a test4.py. Test4.py. This is the code I wrote it, students. I'll try to carry here. What I'm trying to tell, this you try to carry. This I'm trying to tell you. This is a point I set. Here I'm going to tell plus minus here, plus minus here, writing like this. Got it. Write the code here. This is the data written. In place of writing, here today I will remove this. Today I will remove. My ARR is available here. ARR is containing this data. What I am trying to tell, this data, you retrieve only positive values. Retrieve only positive values. So how do you take it? How do you take it? Very, very easy. PS array, PS ARR is equal to, see how simple way I will write it. I am writing comprehension concept I am using. Value for value in LST, for value in LST, if value greater than 0. Value greater than 0. This is list is nothing but ARR. I am writing. Because of that, which values will come? Positive values will come. Positive values will come. Next, I will write it negative values, NS array, ARR, negative values array is equal to value, value for value in ARR, if value less than 0, if value less than 0, negative array is coming. Next, I will do it what? Zero array is coming. Zero array is coming. ZARR is coming. There I will write it value for value in ARR if value double equal to 0. So the overall together positive values I am getting, negative values I am getting. For your understanding purpose, I am writing positive values. Positive values is equal to, there I am trying to print it. For your understanding purpose, I am writing PSARR I am writing. Next I am printing print of what? Negative values I am writing is equal to what I am writing, NSARR I am writing. Next I am going to write it here. Zero values I am taking is equal to I am writing ZARR I am writing. ZARR I am writing. Try to enter this data. Try to enter these values. So I will take this data. So try to run again with this same problem. So here, first, 1 minute, student. So here, try to run. Here I'm going to take up these values you enter. What is happening? Positive values I'm getting, negative values I'm getting, zero values I'm getting. How many number of positive values are here? 3. 3. How many negative values here? 2. How many zero values here? 1. Whose length also I want to get it. Number of positive values. Here I will write it, comma, len of what I will write it? PSARR. PSARR. Here I am writing, comma, len of NSARR. Here I am writing, Z, len of what I am writing? ZARR. Try to run this now. Again, you try to enter the data. So you are getting number of values are 3, number of values are 2, number of values are 1. So these 3 values by total number of elements in this array. 3 I got it. By divided by this I will write it. So 3 by 6, 2 by 6, 1 by 6 I will write it. So it is a matter of writing, comma, len of ARR also I will write it. Len of ARR. So this I will write it again. Len of ARR I will write it. Len of ARR. Just only for printing your ratio purpose I am printing. Try to run this now. Try to enter this data and see this output now. 3 by 6 I will get, 2 by 6 I will get, 1 by 6 I will get it. So this is more than enough to understand my requirement. Now I am going to write it. Positive values ratio. Positive values ratio. I'm going to write it is equal to, I'm going to write it here 0. Here I'm writing percent 0.6 F. I'm writing there, say here percent of len of like this, len of like this. Now again I will write it negative values, negative ratio is equal to 0.6 F. Percent I will write it. There I will write it len of this entire data. So percent of len of divided by, I will write this data. This also divided by this also like this. You need to write it. Done. Next, the same thing. Zero ratio here. Zero value ratio. Zero ratio. So here zero ratio is equal to, zero ratio is equal to, I will write it. So here 0.6 F. Percent of I will write it 0.6 F. So there I will write it percent of here len of Z array Here I am writing len of like this I am writing. That's all. So try to run this now. You will be getting perfect output. For the same output what we got earlier, same output in this way also we got it. So try to run. So same answer will be coming. So students, this is also as good as similar to the previous only. I hope that this is more clear for our answers. So students, this is short code. Instead of writing a bigger code, here I wrote some bigger code. Instead of that bigger code, I can write in a simplest code like this. Students, did you understand? Even I can write this simplest code in our logic part, whatever it is written there. So I'll go to this place. Here I can write it in this place. Instead of writing such a big story, I can write like this. But one thing, I should not write this value like, because they did not expect the message to be displayed as it is like this. So 0 ratio, I will write like this. So print off, this is called what, this part is not necessary. So this is also one code you can understand, students. Run this code, you are getting it. So success, the same way you can do it and you can submit this code. Also done. Also done like this. Clear up? So multiple ways I said to you in the class. So students, this is one problem here. And what are the concepts I used it also mentioned here. Next, I'll go to one more example I want to tell you. What is the next example here? I want to go for very, very easy for you. And one short point I'm going to tell. Look at that very easy one. Because these are all called once when students was appeared for the interviews. This was the examples what they got it. So I'm going to write it. Another problem you see. And I hope you will be answering these points. Online students. Now tell me what is the next question here. Staircase. This is they are calling it as a staircase in detail. Staircase size is called 4. 4. Follow me. 4. What is this meaning of 4? You observe. Carefully take care. So what is this meaning of 4 here? Start. What did you understand about this 4? Size. First time you need to print. What is the value you need to print here? What is the value you need to print? One star you need to see. This is a symbol you are supposed to print. When you are printing this symbol and observe this tail, students. When you are printing, second time you are printing 2. When you are second time you are printing 2 and you are printing like this. First you try to understand. When you look at only output, you cannot understand. You follow my output. Third time when you are printing this, when you are printing third time, this one when you are printing third time, when you are printing third time, you observe it. When you are printing fourth time, you observe it. You observe it. Here you observe it. This is third time. This is called fourth time. This indicates here when you are printing first time, here you need to give one space. Here you need to give one space. Here you need to give one space. Because the 4 times means what? It should be arrow like this. You observe it. This is the data you need to watch. So when I'm printing first time, you need to have 3 spaces to be used. When you are printing second time, only 2 spaces you need to take it. When you are printing third time, 1 space. And fourth time, no more spaces. Main thing is how to use this logic. That is the point here. Did you understand, students? 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, 4 spaces. So that is the main intention of introducing this logic. Did you understand, students? How to write that logic? That is our point. See, it's a base and height are both n. It's a drawing symbol called spaces. The last line is not preceded by any spaces. That means when I'm taking first one, 3 spaces, that is the n minus I spaces. N is called what? 4. First time n minus 1 spaces. Second time n minus 2 spaces. Third time n minus 3 spaces. Fourth time n minus 4 spaces means no spaces. This is the logic to be rememberable. So how to write a logic? This is a staircase example. Go to this place. Now I will try to write first with normal. In the Python, I will write it. You follow me. Test5.py. Test5.py. There I am writing function. What is the function they said? Here they said function description. Staircase is my function. Staircase is my function. How to write it? DEF, DEF. I'm going to write it staircase. Staircase, I'm going to take it. N. N, I'm going to write it. What is that N? Number of staircases. 4 or 5 or 6 or. They said only 4. We'll enter 10. 10 means first time 9 spaces. Next time like that. So first for I in range of, I will take it 1 comma n plus 1. 1 comma n plus 1. For I in range of 1 comma n plus 1. I value. I need to take I value. So I is right now 1. First time when it is 9, when it is 4, I need to give how many spaces? N minus 1 spaces. How do you write it? Space. This is a space. To be repeated how many times? N minus 1 time. Because star is an operator. When it is concatenated, when it is clubbed with this space, it is going to repetition. Go to the Python environment. Go to the Python environment. Try to see. When I say Python here, to be repeated for 4 times, I will write star 4, star 4, star 4. When I say 2, it is 2 times repeated. When I say something like, when I say something like KV star 2, 2 times it is repeated. When I say the symbol called star, 2 times repeated. When I say the space called like this, it will be repeated. In this manner, I am going to write it. Follow me carefully. Now I am going to write it. Follow this carefully. In this case, I want to print space. What is that? Space. I am writing. Very, very important. This is the space I gave inside. To be repeated n minus I times. N minus I times. Which is a concatenated with, symbol called hash immediately. Symbol called immediate. How many times that symbol has to be repeated? I times. What is that I times? I is 1. 1 time to be repeated. 3 times to be repeated with space. So, space, 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 hash. I is 2. I is 2. Space to be repeated how many times? 2 times only. Hash symbol to be repeated 2 times. Why 2 times? Hash of I is 2. I is 3. I is 3 means n minus 3. 4 minus 3. 1 time space. So it is going to be space. It is space. It is space. Like this. Hash symbol to be repeated. Fourth time, no more spaces. Only 4 minus 4. That is nothing but no spaces. 0 spaces. But the symbol star hash to be repeated 4 times. So it is going to be like this. 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 This is called staircase example. This is. I think you are following it. So I hope this is the correct logic. Sairaj, you try to see this now. Understand this part. Now go to the place called what and call the function name as what? Staircase of 4. Staircase of 4. Try to see this now. Got the exact output like this. Got the exact output. You say the value called some 10, you got the value called 10 times. 10 times to be repeated. So these are all called what spacings. These are all called spacings. I hope these are all called spacings. You are understanding this point. Online students, I hope I made you to understand this concept. So this logic, I will write it over there. I will write it over there. So go to the place, in our place, here, lot of description is there. 6 is given. Like this, I will write it. So here I will write it, the same logic, which I mentioned it already. So here, try to enter into this place. So indentation, you mention it. Now submit this code. So you are going to get this data. So successful, and try to, both of them are 6 is entered. It is done, and submit this code. You'll be getting all the test cases satisfied. All the test cases satisfied. Students, I hope this is more clear for you. Is it understandable, ma? Is this code is clear for you? Well, now I will go to, like this, you can enter any big things, you can write it. Fine. Now I'm going to enter into another kind of problem. Another kind of problem. It's quite interesting and very easy also, not a difficult for you. So another problem I'm taking it. Try to look at students. Another problem I'm going to say. So Sairaj, so in Python it is easy, sir, but in other languages we use to write inner loops. Inner loops here also there. Sairaj, inner loops concept here also is there. We can write inner loops also. So depends how you can plan out the logic. Now coming out of this now, coming to this now, mini max and mini max sum. How to find the mini max sum? That is our basic criteria here. Come on, students. Given 5 positive integers, find the minimum and maximum values that can be calculated by summing exactly 4 of 5 integers. Then print the respective minimum and maximum values as a single line of 2 spaces separated by long integers. Example, 13579 students. This is my given data. Minimum sum is what? 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, 16. The maximum sum is what? 3579. That's all. Na? How it is? Any such question is coming, put the data in the sorted order first of all. Then what to do? When you go for that, minimum sum means what? Except the biggest one, you add the rest of them. Except the biggest one, you add the rest of them. That is the minimum sum. Maximum sum, except the minimum, rest of them you find the sum. That you will get the maximum sum. That is a simple technique. This is a very regularly asking question. Very regularly asking question. I think you are following me. So coming to another example, they are giving it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the maximum? Start this data. You add these things. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 14. 14 is the maximum sum. Minimum sum is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove the maximum element and then find the sum. Remove the minimum element and find the sum. That will give you both maximum and minimum. I hope you are getting me. So, how to do this data? How to do this data? Now I am going to write it. A simple explanation for you. And even they are giving. So, 4 out of that. You are going to get it. And coming to this, they are giving in detail also here. They are giving in detail also to you. When you add all of them in a simple summary part, I said to you directly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, you see. Sum everything except 1, 14. Sum everything except 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 13. Sum everything except 13, 12. Sum everything except 14, 11. Sum except everything, that is called a 10. What is this? What did you understand? Except 1, when I submit, it is called a maximum. Except maximum, when you submit, you are going to get it what? Minimum sum this is. Minimum sum it is. This is called what sum? Max sum it is called. Max sum it is called. Max sum and minimum sum it is called. Max sum and minimum sum it is called. I think you are trying to follow this data here. I think you are trying to follow this data. So students, now I will write the logic for it. Go to this place once and try to take it. Students, now I'm going to clear this. Now I will take LST is equal to take these values here. So suppose these values are not in sorted order. What we will do? First we will sort it. First we will sort it. It may be different format. It may be 1 here. It may be 4 here. Like this it is there. What I will do? LST dot first print LST here. This is LST. LST dot sort here. Now I am writing it. You are getting print of LST. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got the data. Now I am going to finding the sum. I said what? Find the sum. What is this now? If you take a memory management of list, already if you are our Python student, this is data available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the data we got it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. This is my data. What is our logic here? 1 to 4 will give you max. 1 to 4 will give you what? Max sum. Next is called what? 0 to 0 to -2 will give you what? 0 to -2 will give you what? Minimum sum. Minimum sum it will give you. Or -5 to this -2 will give you which sum? Minimum sum will be given. How to write this code? Max sum is equal to LST of LST. First you take the data. 1 to last you take it. 1 to last. Slicing concept. There I'm going to find what? Sum of. There is a function name called sum of. You will find the sum of from 2 to this place maximum. Minimum sum is equal to, I will take up, if you are my student already, LST of 0 colon -1 you say. 0 colon -1. 0 colon -1 means -1 -1. It is a -2. This is going to be like this. Also find what? Sum. If you are so serious about minimum sum again, sum of, you can write it. LST of, what is that? Minus LN of LST, minus LN of LST, colon, -1 you can write it. -1 you can write it. Like this also you can write it. Let me show you here itself on spot directly. Max sum is equal to, I will write it. Sum of, I will write it. LST of 1 colon last I am going to get it. 1 colon last I am going to get it. This is the data. Max sum I will print it. What is the max sum? Here I am going to get it. 14 is coming. Minimum sum I am going to get it. Minimum sum. I am going to get it. Minimum sum. I will write it. Here I am going to write it. What is the value? 0 colon -1 I will write it. This will give you minimum sum. Print of min sum. Min sum I'm going to write it. So the data is called 10. You can also find the minimum sum by writing minus of LN of LST -1 you are writing. Print of minimum sum, you got the value like this. So first we need to sort it out and you need to find. Instead of using sum of this data, you can write your own result also. You can write like this instead of using sum of this logic. You can write your own function. Like yesterday I said you how to do it. Yesterday I said you how to do this. Suppose for example, max sum is there. What I will do? Max sum is equal to 0, I will say. For value in, I will take up this data. LST of 1 colon, I will take it. Here I will write it. Max sum is equal to max sum plus, I am writing val. Print of what I am doing here. Max sum you do. max sum. You got the same answer. How the sum function was written, we are able to write again here. Similarly, min sum also is equal to 0, you take it. There you take it. This is a value, you take it. Here I am writing 0 to -1 I am writing. Here I am writing min sum I am writing here. Min sum I am writing here. Min sum is equal to value I am writing. This is a value. Print off I am writing. Min sum I am writing here. Going to this 10 I got it. So either you can use a sum of or you can write your own logic. Are you following, students? And how to print both of them in one place? They are asking to go for printing at one place only. So to print it like this, in tuple format, they are asking to print it. They are asking to print adjacent to each other. So print them in this place, print in the function, space, print in single line, two spaces separated by long integers. So how to print that kind of thing? You can print it like this, print off. You know how to print it now, students. I'll write it, some space, and I'll write dot format of max sum, comma, min sum. I'm going to write it. So this is the data we got it. I hope you people understood. This logic I will write in my place. So here I will write the data here. Try to follow me. Here I will write it. How do I write it? So quickly I am going to write max sum is equal to directly. I will write it. Tell me sum of LST ARR of sum of ARR of ARR of. I will write it 1 colon means 1 to last it will take. Min sum is equal to sum of, I will write it LST of, I am writing 0 colon -1 I am writing. Slicing perfect values here. There I will print it. There I will print it. Sum of these values. I will print the data. I'll print the data here. So there I will print the value. So print of, I will write it space like this dot format of what is this now? Max sum, comma, min sum. I am going to print it. This is my output. This is called ARR. This is called ARR. I will write it. So done it. Like this, you need to write it. So first you need to go for sort it. So first you need to sort it. If you want, I will go for first to sort it, students. ARR dot, what is this now? Sort of. And how the value is going to come? List only coming. Now you can execute. So say this data, it is getting sorted. So sample test case, it's coming wrong here. So why this is coming wrong? Here you need to understand. What is this answer is coming? It is going to give you sorted. Now it is maybe it is asking to go for sorted of ARR. It is taking any new ARR. Maybe it is not expecting to change that answer. New ARR. This is also new ARR. Max sum and min sum. So max sum and min sum. Here I'm going to this values we are getting it. So change parameters also. Okay. First it is printing minimum now. Minimum it is taking. Okay. Max sum. So they're asking to print. What is the first one? Minimum and max. Okay. That's perfect. So here done. Change the parameters. So once you submit it, you'll be getting it. So we printed first max sum, later we printed minimum sum. That's why that answer wrong. And perfect answer is coming. So you need not to take even new array here. Directly you can go for sorted ARR dot sort. AR. Why to take new variable which will increase even time complexity also. So sort of here you can write simply like this. You can write something like this. You can write something like this. So you can run this code like this also. One can write it output. Also you can submit this code and then less lines of code if you finish the task, that is called perfect. Less lines of task you need to finish. That is the main important thing here. The same code, students, you can take up the same data, you can write like this also. So in this place, in place of writing like this, in place of writing like that, what you do is, you write this data in this place. In this place you write it. In this place you write it. In this place you write this value so that you can get this output as it is. So this you need not to write at all. In a single print statement, you are getting everything. This is more effective again. This is more effective again. Perfect. These are more effective again. So if you submit it, all the things will be done. So this is a more efficient one compared to the first one. So online students, I hope this is more clear for you. I think so. This is more clear. I think so. Online students, is it clearer? Fine. Now, so this is what we are going to take into consideration. So finally, you you can, sir, can I call this sort function here itself? You can also call ARR dot sort and you can apply. There is no problem at all. You can, if you want, you can try once also. You can write ARR dot what sort of. You can write sort of, and you can say that here also you can take this function also. You can take it ARR dot sort. Here I am going to write it ARR dot sort. Here also I will write it sort of. Here I wrote it. This is also one more concept, students. Sorting and finding the data. Sorting and finding the data. So this is the values we got it. So something else is missing here. Maybe no response on STD output. Okay. So that is maybe giving some problem over there. I think so. Sort of 0 to 1. That is the am I clear now? Am I clear about this now? Is clear about that code? Yes. So like this type of code, not only the simple values what you are taking it, you can take any number of values. Suppose if I take this data, normally if you take it, you accept the number of values and try to post it. In this case, you take it. This example I am trying to take it. This is a data I'm going to take it, students. So here I'm going to write it. Test6.py. Test6.py. There I'm writing like this. Take the main program, and try to do it. What is our main program here? I wrote it. If you remember it, this example you see, and try to take up this output, students. Here I'm going to take up, enter number of numerical values separated by space, and I'm taking the data and I'm going to get it and pass to what? Mini max sum. Mini max sum you pass it. max sum you pass it, LST, and this is an LST, ARR dot sort, and this is the data we got it. Now try to run this. Now enter whatever you like it. Now I'm going to run this code. Observe it. Number of values 10, 3, 4, 11, 22, something like 5, and say something like 0, like that you take it. Something 2, like this. You see, maximum value 35, minimum value 35, maximum value 37. So this, since I'm printing this now, I can write min value. This is called a min value, I hope. Min value, this you are printing. And next, if you want to print the next line, I'm writing that \n because it is our own code. Max sum, this is. This is called a min sum. This is called a min sum. Min sum. So I'm going to get it. This is a data. Enter the data. 10, 20, 3, 14, 5, -4, 0, 12, like this. Got it. Max sum and then min sum and then max sum you are getting it. This is also one simplest logic you are applying. So my dear students, this you can take values and you can run it. As we are having this data like this, we are having now, you can write this input also you can enter. So separated by space is a data, max sum, min sum, you got it. As it is, you got it. Okay, clear up? Yes, my examples are clear now. So students, you might be noting down in your places. You might be noting down in your places. So these examples, we solved it. The main importance of these examples is how to define a function, how to define a function, and how to sort it out by understanding the problems here and how to understand this description. That is the main intention of conducting this 2 days workshop on the coding, right? So these things are very simple, ma. You try to, I will share it with you in the chat box. Try to, because that there is no drive is created here. So now I posted, ma. You try to take up. Try to take up that. Now I posted to everybody. Take care about this kind of things. Now I posted. So try to take care and write the code. Already code was written it. You try to take care. So that is my 2 days workshop. In future, if I take any workshop, will be intimating like this to you people. So I hope students, these doubts, any more doubts you people are having, you can happily raise your hands. I'll clarify. Any more doubts you people are having, you can raise your doubts. I will clarify. Is these sessions are useful or not? Is these sessions are useful to the students or not? Vinita, I posted everything, ma. I posted everything. Yesterday's problems are also here. First three problems. First three problems yesterday. And today three problems also I posted. All of them posted. All of them posted. Like yesterday, today, all the things posted, ma. Right. So no. Drive is not there, ma. For 2 days they did not create the drive. So only we are taking 2 days workshop now. There is no drive creation. So only 2 days drive creation is not there. But for regular classes, we used to create it. Just we are going to. Sairaj, sir, we want to know whether you teach Django or STP. Want to learn from you if you teach. So my dear students, whichever batch the institute will start, we will take that batch in classes only. So whatever the batch started, we will be doing that kind of things. We'll take care about that. Okay. So if any batch things, I will update. I will update Vinita. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Whatever the batch the institute people will start, that batch I will take. Okay, na? Fine. So in further, any of the intimations are there, we'll be reaching to you through Insta, then all these things. Right. Right. Faraj, definitely, my dear student, I will take in further because my new batch is going to start. Intimate to many of your friends and relatives about my batch and try to intimate students. Thank you. All the best. Don't miss the further sessions. I hope that no more doubts are there. And these 2 days, you might be done. You enjoyed this logics, whatever the logics I explained through functions, might be you enjoyed it. I hope. So take care, students. All the best. Don't miss the further workshops. If any of my new batch will start, try to intimate all your friends and relatives. Thank you, students. All the best. Take care. Good day.